Welcome to another video from Mastery Tutoring. In this video, we're going to be deriving the general formula for the sum of an arithmetic series. The final product of our solution, it is going to look like the two equations we have on the screen, which I'm going to call them 1 and 2. Now, the first thing that you need to do is to define these terms, because it is very important that you know what these terms are and you also know what they mean. I'm going to start with n. N is the position of the sequence. Sn is the sum of the first n terms. Sum of the first and then A is the first term. D is the common difference. Between consecutive terms. And lastly, L is the last term. Last term of the series. So we're going to start off by saying that Sn is the same as the sum of the first n terms, where n starts from 1 of Tn. And we know that Tn is given by A plus n minus 1 times D. The first term, it means that where there's n, we're going to put 1. So this is going to be just the first term we know. Okay, first of all, this is supposed to be T1 plus T2 plus T3, and then it goes on. I'm going to show the last three terms. So it's going to be n minus 3 plus Tn minus 2 plus Tn. So now in terms of term, now we're putting this, it's going to be A plus, this is the first term, right? The second term is going to be A plus D, because when you put 2 here where there's n, this is going to be 2 minus 1, which will become 1 times D plus A. So it's A plus D. That's the reason why I'm writing A plus D. Now for the term number 3, if you replace n by 3 here, it'll be 3 minus 1, which becomes 2 times D. Therefore, we're going to have A plus 2D. A plus 2D. This one continues. And then now, this term here, the third last term, it is going to be L minus 2D, because you're separating the common difference, isn't it? It is, remember, common difference is the number that you add between two consecutive terms. So the number that exists between the third last term and the second last term is D, and the number that exists between the second last term and the last term is also D. So this term here, it is two common difference away from the last term. That's why I'm saying minus 2D. So this one here, this term, it is one term away from the last term. Therefore, it's going to be L minus D. And then lastly, it's going to be the last term. Now, this is going to be equation 1. We're going to name it equation 1. So I'm running out of space here, but this is supposed to be 1 there. So now, allow me to rewrite this whole thing, but then now in reverse. So Sn is going to be L plus L minus D plus L minus 2D plus A plus 2D plus A plus D plus A. Please make sure that when you are writing these terms, they match. Like the first term matches with the last term, the second term matches with the second last term, and so on and so forth, as you can see here. This plus, it means that I'm going to add equation 1 to this equation here. I'm going to call this one equation 2. I'm just going to indicate it by the red ink as 2. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and add them. So Sn plus Sn is going to give us 2Sn is equals to A plus L is going to give us A plus L. A plus L. And then A plus D plus L minus D. The two D's are going to add up to 0. So when they add up to 0, we're going to be left with just A plus L. So plus A plus D plus L minus D. Minus D. And then plus, same thing goes, we add these term numbers. So we add A plus 2N plus L minus 2D. A plus 2D plus L minus 2D plus we'll do the same thing. The third last two terms, we add them together as well. So L minus 2D plus A plus 2D plus L minus D plus A plus D plus L plus A. This becomes Sn. As I've already mentioned, okay, let me first write this part. This is going to be L plus L, A plus L rather, plus, and make sure that you put them in brackets. Make sure that you do it as I do it. So these two are going to add up to 0. And then when they add up to 0, we are left with A plus L plus, going for the next one, these two again are going to add up to 0, and we are left with A plus L plus, again, these two add up to 0, we are left with L plus A. L plus A so these two are going to add up to 0 again, and we are left with A plus L. L plus A rather. A plus L. We started with n number of terms in this sequence. You see the n number of terms. Therefore, it means that these terms, this A plus L, we're going to have n number of them. So if this n is 50, it means that we're going to have 50 of these. If n is 100, we're going to have 100 of these. So it is much easier to just write 2Sn to be equals to n times A plus L, because it's a repetition, it's the same thing. This is the same thing, and we have n number of them. Therefore, we can just say n times A plus L. So let's simplify this further. So we have 2Sn is equals to n times A plus L. I'm going to divide by 2 both sides. Sn, therefore Sn is equals to n A plus L over 2. Now this forms the first equation that we have in the beginning. Is this equation here. Now to get this one, we need to first determine what L is. So this L, we need to find it as to what it is. But we know that L is equals to, so L is equals to A plus, it's just the last term number, n minus 1 times D. Now, allow me to call this equation 3. And then this is going to be equation 4. Now substitute 4 into 3. We have Sn, which is equals to n over 2, A plus n minus 1 times D and then n over 2. Simplifying this further is going to give us 2a plus n minus 1 times d. We have this one and this one here. This is what we were looking for. These are the first two equations or formulas that we started with. To make sure that we perfectly understand this, let us take an example and do it together. Now the question says find the sum of the first 30 terms of an arithmetic series with Tn is equal to 7n minus 5 by using the formula. So the formula is given by Sn is equal to n over 2a plus n minus 1 times d. Or we can use this one, Sn is equal to n over 2a plus l. I'm going to solve this question using both formulas. Starting with this one, we need to know n, a, and the common difference. So we're going to use this formula that is given to us for the term numbers, the general formula for the term numbers, to find the first term, second term, and the third term. And then from there, we're going to work out the common difference. So term number 1, first of all, Tn is given by 7n minus 5. Then term number 1 is going to be 7 times 1 minus 5, which becomes 2. And then T2 is going to be 7 times 2 minus 5. 7 times 2 is 14 minus 5 is going to be 9. And then term number 3 is going to be 7 times 3 minus 5. 7 times 3 is 21 minus 5 is going to be 16. So these are our first three terms in the arithmetic sequence. So now we're going to have to work out the common difference. So the common difference is given by T2 minus T1, which is 9 minus 2. Therefore, the common difference is 7. Let us write down all the information that we have. We have n, which is given to us as 30. There it is there. This n here is the one that we're going to use as our n there. So this is going to be 30. And then our a, we know that our a is always the first term. The first term is equals to 2. So this is 2. And the common difference, as we've already calculated, we got it to be 7. Now we're going to go ahead and substitute all this information here into this formula. Let us substitute S 30, n is going to be 30 there. This one is also going to be 30 over 2. 2 times the first term is 2 plus 30 minus 1 times the common difference is 7. Therefore, that's 30. Now punching all this in all these numbers in your calculator, it gives me an answer equals to 3105. That is the sum of the first 30 terms. Allow me to use the other formula. Sn is equals to n over 2a plus l. L is the last term, which is given by is T30, which is a 7n minus 5. So it's going to be 7 times 30 minus 5. L is equals to 7 times 30 is 210 minus 5, which is 205. The answer is 205. So now we substitute this information into our formula there. This is 30 over 2. The first term is 2 plus 205. S30, 207 times 15, it gives us 3105. So these two answers are the same. Feel free to leave a comment. Please subscribe to our channel. Goodbye.